Welcome to the NewsRamp Business and Corporate Podcast. I'm your host, Max Newsman, eager to share today's top business stories with you. NewsRamp.com selects the latest news from leading sources, ensuring you get the most pertinent information. A quick reminder, this podcast is created with the help of AI and AI voices, but the stories we cover are entirely real. You can find the full news articles on NewsRamp.com. It's Tuesday evening, April 15th, 2025, and we've curated an intriguing lineup of business and corporate news for you today. So whether you're in transit, at the gym, or at home, join us as we begin. Starting off with our first headline.
Coming off a record-setting 2024, Seanergy Maritime says it is positioned for more growth. Seanergy Maritime Holdings Corp, NASDAQ SHIP, is cashing in on a surge in freight rates, up 300% since mid-November, reaching $24,000 per day. Positioned exclusively in the capesize market, the company believes it stands out with a strategy of fleet growth and capital returns. With a projected capesize fleet growth of 1.4% for 2025, Seanergy expects a tight supply-demand balance. The company reported record-setting earnings for 2024, with a 52% increase in net revenue and a dividend yield of 6% for shareholders. Looking ahead, Seanergy is arranging a bond issue to fuel further growth and capitalize on the strong demand in the capesize shipping market. United Maritime Corp, NASDAQ USEA, a spin-off of Seanergy, is also expanding and rewarding investors with consistent dividends and strategic fleet enhancements. With a focus on optimizing its fleet and maintaining a disciplined financial strategy, United Maritime is positioning itself for long-term success in the dry bulk shipping sector.
Vicor Medical releases financial results for the year ended December 31, 2024. Vicor Medical, Inc. announced financial results for the year ended December 31, 2024. The Vicor Medical division saw a 10% revenue increase over 2023, driven by U.S. hospital sales growth of 17%. Gross margins remained strong at around 90%. In 2024, 8 new studies on the ViewSight brain access system were published, showcasing its effectiveness in glioma and colloid cyst procedures. The company engaged Maxim Group LLC to accelerate growth through strategic acquisitions and partnerships. For the year ended December 31, 2024, Vicor reported revenue of $1,509,324, with Vicor Medical generating $1,515,744. Non-GAAP cash operating expenses were $1,340,967, with a non-GAAP operating profit of $81,548. The company is focused on providing innovative surgical and therapeutic solutions to improve patient outcomes. Biomed news breaks. BlueJ Diagnostics Inc. BJDX secures $3.7 million in warrant inducement transaction. BlueJ Diagnostics Inc., a medical technology company listed on NASDAQ under the ticker symbol BJDX, recently secured $3.7 million in a warrant inducement transaction. The company entered into an agreement with institutional investors to exercise existing warrants to purchase over 1 million shares of common stock at a reduced price of $3.42 per share. This transaction resulted in gross proceeds of approximately $3.7 million. Aegis Capital Corp served as the exclusive financial advisor for the deal, with Hogan Lovells U.S. LLP acting as counsel to the company and Kaufman and Knowles PC as counsel to Aegis. BlueJ is focused on improving patient outcomes in critical care settings through its Symphony system, a rapid diagnostics platform. For more information, visit BlueJ's website at www.bluejdx.com.
GeoVax to present at the Emerging Growth Conference on April 16, 2025. GeoVax Labs, Inc. will be presenting at the Emerging Growth Conference on April 16, 2025. The company's chairman and CEO, David Dodd, will provide an update on the GEO-CM04S1 program, including the recent termination of the BARDA contract. The presentation will take place at 3:40 p.m. ET, followed by a Q&A session. Attendees can submit questions in advance or ask during the event. To register for the conference and receive updates, visit the Emerging Growth website. GeoVax is a biotechnology company focused on developing vaccines for infectious diseases and therapies for solid tumor cancers. For more information, visit www.geovax.com.
Currency news breaks. Roth Canada Inc. announces Calgary office launch, key appointments. Roth Canada Inc., the Canadian affiliate of Roth Capital Partners LLC, has announced the launch of its Calgary office and the appointment of key team members including Tony Loria, Matt Halas, Zane Sedek, Jamie Somerville, and Christopher True. These additions strengthen Roth's commitment to supporting Canadian growth equity companies with investment banking capabilities and research-driven ideas. President Brady Fletcher expressed excitement about the expansion, emphasizing the value of leveraging Roth's platform for Canadian companies. Roth Canada, a CIRO-regulated dealer member, focuses on serving emerging Canadian growth companies and their investors with offices in Toronto, Calgary, and Vancouver. For more information, visit rothcanada.ca.
Investor news breaks. E-Corp Inc. EZPW secures $300 million in private offering. EZCorp Inc., a leading provider of pawn transactions in the United States and Latin America, recently closed a private offering of $300 million of 7.375% senior notes due 2032. The company plans to use a portion of the net proceeds to repay its outstanding 2.375% convertible senior notes due 2025 at maturity. Roth Capital Partners served as co-manager for the transaction. EZCorp focuses on satisfying the short-term cash needs of consumers who are both cash and credit constrained, providing an industry-leading customer experience. For more information about EZCorp, visit their website at www.ezcorp.com.
Featured.com acquires Help a Reporter Out, Harrow, from Cision. Featured.com has acquired Help a Reporter Out, Harrow, from Cision, a global leader in media intelligence and communications solutions. Harrow, founded in 2008, will be revived under Featured's ownership to help journalists find real human expertise in a time dominated by AI-generated content. The platform will remain free for journalists and sources, delivering daily opportunities via email. Brett Farmelo, founder and CEO of Featured, aims to preserve Harrow's legacy while modernizing it for today's media landscape. Harrow's revival is supported by investors, including Great North Ventures, who believe in community-driven platforms that strengthen trusted connections between experts and creators.
Mining news breaks. Foremost Clean Energy Limited, NASDAQ, FMST, launches airborne survey at Athabasca Basin uranium property. Foremost Clean Energy Limited, an emerging uranium and lithium exploration company, has launched an airborne geophysical survey over its CLK uranium property in northern Saskatchewan's Athabasca Basin. The survey aims to refine subsurface mapping and identify deep conductive trends associated with uranium mineralization. Results will guide a planned 2,000-meter drilling program in Q3 2025. Foremost holds an option to acquire up to a 70% interest in the CLK property from Denison Mines Corp. With interests in 10 prospective properties spanning over 330,000 acres, Foremost is positioned to capitalize on the growing demand for uranium and support the world's energy transition goals.
Mining news breaks. ES Gold Corp. CSAU, OTCQB ESAUF, advances toward production with Q3 gold-silver timeline at Montauban. ES Gold Corp. is making strides towards production at its Montauban project in Quebec, with a Q3 2025 target for first gold and silver production. A recent corporate update highlighted progress, including the completion of a $3.4 million private placement and the start of the construction phase for the mill circuit. A successful ambient noise tomography survey has exceeded expectations, supporting a 3D geological model. The company also announced the discovery of rhodonite and identified similarities to Australia's Broken Hill deposit, indicating significant exploration potential. ES Gold is working on an updated PEA and grant application strategy as it advances its projects towards production and feasibility, emphasizing sustainable resource recovery and exploration.
EU, China, to consider setting baseline EV prices. The European Union and China are in talks to establish baseline prices for electric cars made in China, potentially allowing Chinese automakers to export to Europe without facing high import tariffs. If successful, this agreement could benefit companies like SolarBank Corp. Many businesses stand to gain from improved trade relations between these major auto markets. Green Car Stocks is a specialized platform focusing on electric vehicles and the green energy sector, providing access to a wide network of wire solutions and tailored corporate communications. For more information, visit greencarstocks.com.
EU Commission unveils plan to support AI uptake, protect key sectors. The European Commission has unveiled the AI Continent Action Plan to encourage companies to adopt artificial intelligence across Europe. The initiative covers digital infrastructure, cloud computing, data access, workforce skills, and regulatory simplification. The goal is to modernize Europe's industries and lead in AI-driven innovation. U.S.-based AI companies like D-Wave Quantum Inc. will be looking for similar policies in the U.S. to support their growth.
Mining news breaks. Aloro Resources Limited, ELOTELRRF, reports strong tin-silver results, expands drilling at Iska. Aloro Resources Ltd. QM announced strong tin-silver results from its drilling program at the Iska project in Bolivia. Assays from the 10-hole program showed significant silver-tin mineralization, with highlights including 129.57 grams per ton of silver over 52.5 meters. Aloro also appointed Colin Belshaw as Vice President Mining and retained CPM Group for advisory services. The results support future resource upgrades and will guide the next phase of drilling. Aloro, an exploration and mine development company, has a portfolio of properties in Bolivia, Peru, and Quebec, including the Iska property and the La Victoria Gold-Silver project. For more information, visit alororesources.com.
Nutriband Inc., NTRB, is one to watch. Nutriband Inc., listed on NASDAQ under the ticker NTRB, is making waves with its Aversa technology. This innovative technology aims to enhance the safety of transdermal drugs like fentanyl, making them less susceptible to abuse while ensuring accessibility for patients. Nutriband has secured a strong intellectual property portfolio for Aversa, with patents granted in multiple countries. The company recently closed an $8.4 million financing round to support the development of Aversa fentanyl. In addition, Nutriband has entered into an exclusive partnership with Kindeva Drug Delivery to bring Aversa fentanyl to market. Stay tuned for more updates on this exciting development in the pharmaceutical industry.
Investor news breaks. Newton Golf Company, Inc., NWTG, expands tour presence with strategic representative appointments. Newton Golf Company, Inc., a technology-forward golf brand trading on NASDAQ under the symbol NWTG, has appointed Andy Harris and Jeff Ofam as tour representatives for various prestigious golf tours. Founder and CTO Aki Yorihiro will also serve as a tour representative, expanding Newton Golf's presence across top-tier circuits. With a growing ambassador portfolio and professionals using Newton motion shafts and gravity putters, the company focuses on utilizing swing data to drive innovation. Newton Golf, formerly known as Saks Parente, applies Newtonian principles to create precision-engineered golf clubs for maximum stability and performance. For more information, visit the company's newsroom.
Could global climate action be derailed by Trump's tariffs? The Trump administration's trade tariffs could potentially derail global efforts to combat climate change. Experts are concerned that the tariffs may lead to a major trade war, hindering the world's climate goals. Auto companies like Mullen Automotive Inc., making electric vehicles, now face uncertainty due to Trump's policy directions. Investors can find updates on Mullen Automotive Inc. in the company's newsroom. Green Energy Stocks focuses on companies shaping the green economy and offers a wide range of communication solutions to reach target markets effectively. Q1 U.S. EV sales up 11.4%. Data shows electric vehicle sales in the United States are on the rise, with nearly 300,000 EVs sold in the first quarter of 2025, marking an 11.4% increase from last year. EVs now account for about 7.5% of all new vehicles sold in the U.S., up from 7% in early 2024. This growth shows a growing acceptance of electric cars among Americans, though the U.S. still lags behind countries like China in EV adoption. While Q1 has shown promising growth for EVs, experts caution that the future is uncertain, with potential challenges ahead, such as trade issues, policy changes, and competition. Industry players like Rivian Automotive Inc. will need to navigate these obstacles to sustain the momentum.
Investor news breaks. Brera Holdings, BA, celebrates LVB title as Austin captures historic volleyball championship. Brera Holdings, BA has announced that Austin has won the League One Volleyball LOVB championship with a 3-0 victory over Omaha, a significant moment in U.S. professional women's volleyball. Brera, majority owner of Italy's UIBA Volley Busto Arsizio, played a key role in developing 3 of Austin's top players, Carly Lloyd, Julianne Fossett, and Alessia Gennari, showcasing its global talent pipeline. Gennari will be returning to UI for the 2025-26 season, completing a full-circle moment that underscores Brera's international strategy. Investor news breaks. Nexplat Corp, NXPL, secures military contract extension for Iridium PTT services. Nexplat Corp, a global e-commerce provider, announced that its subsidiary, Global Telesat Communications Ltd., secured a 1-year contract extension from an African military customer for wireless connectivity services. The renewal expands on a 2024 deal for Iridium push-to-talk hardware and airtime services, the largest contract in company history. The extension includes options for additional hardware and annual service renewals and is unaffected by recent U.S. tariffs. The Iridium Extreme PTT devices are known for their secure, global communication capabilities in government, military, and enterprise applications.
Biomed news breaks. Sologenics Inc., NASDAQ SNGX, announces positive data, continued advancement of Highbright TM. Sologenics Inc., a late-stage biopharmaceutical company, has announced positive interim results from an ongoing study evaluating extended Highbright treatment for patients with early-stage cutaneous T-cell lymphoma. CEO Christopher J. Shaber expressed satisfaction with the study results, noting the therapy's strong treatment response by week 18. The company plans to advance enrollment in a confirmatory Phase 3 study. Sologenics is focused on developing products for rare diseases with unmet medical needs, including Highbright as a potential treatment for CTCL, utilizing safe, visible light. For more information, visit the Sologenics website.
Investor news breaks. Immunic Inc., IMUX, closes $5.1 registered direct. Immunic Inc., NASDAQ, a biotechnology company focused on developing small molecule therapies for inflammatory and autoimmune diseases, has closed a $5.1 million registered direct offering. The offering consisted of 5,666,067 shares of common stock priced at 9 cents per share and was led by Aberdeen Investments. The proceeds will be used to fund clinical trials, operations, and general corporate purposes. Titan Partners Group acted as the sole placement agent for the offering. Immunic's lead program, vidofludimus calcium, IMU 838, is in Phase 3 and Phase 2 clinical trials for multiple sclerosis treatment. The company is also developing IMU 856 and IM31 for gastrointestinal diseases. For more information, visit www.imux.com.
Investor news breaks. Gaia Inc., GIA, secures $7.2 million in underwritten public offering. Gaia Inc., Gaia, recently closed an underwritten public offering, securing $7.2 million in net proceeds. The offering involved 1,600,000 shares of its Class A common stock at $5 per share. The company plans to use the funds for enhancing its artificial intelligence capabilities, developing the Gaia Community Project, and general corporate purposes. Roth Capital Partners served as the joint book-running manager for the offering. Gaia is a global video streaming service and community that produces conscious media in 4 primary channels and 4 languages, available in 185 countries. With over 10,000 exclusive titles, Gaia generates about 75% viewership from its content. For more information, visit Gaia.com. Tech Media Breaks, Secure Private Data Limited, CQR, OTCQF GDT0, to showcase growth strategy and NASDAQ uplisting plan at Microcap Summit. Secure Private Data Limited, a Swiss-hosted cybersecurity and private communications provider, will showcase its growth strategy and NASDAQ uplisting plan at the Spring Microcap Summit on April 16, 2025. CEO Alon Giai will highlight Secure's recent private placement, strong SaaS margins, and launch of enterprise and government solutions. The company aims to improve liquidity and attract institutional capital with the planned uplisting to NASDAQ. Seanergy targets the secure mobile communications market, which is forecasted to grow from $14.5 billion to $88.8 billion by 2032. For more information, visit Secure's website at www.secure.com. Mining news breaks: Platinum Group Metals Limited, NYSE American PLG, TSX PTM. Advances Waterberg mine toward development decision. Platinum Group Metals Limited reported financial results for the 6 months ended February 28, 2025, and reaffirmed its commitment to advancing the Waterberg project in South Africa. Waterberg is planned as a fully mechanized underground mine, set to be one of the world's largest and lowest-cost PGM operations. The company aims to secure construction financing and concentrate offtake agreements. Additionally, Platinum Group Metals continues R&D through Lion Battery Technologies, exploring platinum and palladium use in lithium batteries with partners like Anglo American Platinum and Florida International University. Biomed news breaks: Quantum Biopharma Limited, NASDAQ, prevails in legal dispute with former CEO. Quantum Biopharma Limited, QNTM, has prevailed in a legal dispute with former CEO Dr. Raza Bokhari. The Court of Appeal for Ontario fully dismissed Bokhari's reconsideration motion. Bokhari, terminated for cause in 2021, lost an arbitration claiming wrongful dismissal, resulting in a total cost award of over $3 million. Quantum Biopharma has initiated U.S. collection proceedings, with a judgment entered in its favor by the U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of Pennsylvania. Bokhari's ongoing appeal has a stay in place, backed by a supersedes bond of more than $2.8 million.
Thank you for joining us today. That's it for this episode of the NewsRamp Business and Corporate Podcast. As a reminder, NewsRamp curates news from leading newswires like Newsworthy.ai, 24-7pressrelease.com, newsdirect.com, and blockchainwire.io. We encourage you to visit newsramp.com to read all of today's news.